Something I haven't really touched on yet, but is super impactful to mine and I imagine your gaming experience, is a game's music. And I don't think I've heard a single track that comes close to the majestic and powerful sounds of Well, I can definitely say after hearing the Malamart theme, my brain chemistry has definitely been altered. Hi, I'm Tri, and I am super excited to talk about a few key tracks from video games that have had a genuine impact on me. I was chatting with my brother-in-law a few weeks ago, and we talked about all the different ways that video games are art. Obviously, the visuals are a key component, but there's also the writing, the world building, the programming, and one of the most overlooked in my opinion, the music. Have you ever played a game with the sound off? It just doesn't hit the same. Even gaming menus feel devoid of life without all the click-clack sounds added to give controls impact. After creating a list of gaming tracks, I realized just how many stuck out to me and how varied they were from one another. There are so many games out there, each with soundtracks dedicated to capturing the feel of the visuals they represent. So these 5 video game songs I'm going to mention are not my top 5 or the 5 greatest game songs by any means, but they are 5 that mean something to me, and who knows, maybe they mean something to you too. Without further ado, here are 5 video game music tracks that altered my brain chemistry. The opening to Ocarina of Time is actually my favorite video game track of all time. I know, I said this was in no particular order or anything, but I had to just call this one out specifically. What I love about this song in particular is that at first glance, it doesn't really feel like it matches the game that you're playing. When most people think of Ocarina of Time, they think of the Lost Woods. The Song of Storms. Or even Gerudo Desert. They're all pretty upbeat and very catchy. But when you dig deeper into the story of Ocarina of Time, you learn that while on the surface it's this fantastical adventure full of heroic moments, in actuality it's a game about solitude, sacrifice, of growing up or, in a way, missing out on your childhood. Good Blood makes, in my opinion, the greatest video about Ocarina of Time of all time, and I highly recommend checking it out if you want a deeper dive into the game's subtext. But it seems like Nintendo and the Zelda developers knew from the start that this game wasn't a very happy one. You find moments of joy throughout your journey, but the weight placed on your shoulders and the task at hand is daunting. The title screen for Ocarina of Time acts as a portal or gateway from the real world to the land of Hyrule. It's a magical place where you can be free from the stresses of life, and the opening song just captures that so beautifully. It may not be the catchiest, but it doesn't need to be. Okay, for the next track, it definitely takes me back to a certain time in my life. A life of sitting in the backseat of my family's van, staring out the window for like a minute before I got bored and pulled out my Game Boy to enter the world of Pokemon. Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald weren't even the first Pokemon games I played. I played Heart Gold and Platinum before playing Ruby, but something about Littleroot's theme just feels so much like home. It's comforting, it's whimsical, and it captures the innocence of childhood so well in a chiptune beat. Your journey in this game is about leaving comfort, and that can be a hard thing to do, but eventually you have to grow up. What's nice is this memory, this place can always be accessed, and every couple of years it feels great to come back to the world of Pokemon with this cheery melody awaiting your return. Powerful Latin vocals. Did you ever think you needed to hear that as a prelude to your video game experience? Clearly Masahiro Sakurai did, and I'm so grateful for his strange little mind. Super Smash Bros. Brawl is a childhood staple of mine, and although its gameplay is pretty lacking and questionable, the opening song is one of the greatest video game tracks of all time. It's powerful, it's fast, and it really prepares you to start throwing metaphysical hands. It feels like a ride from start to finish. It's got drama, it's got ebbs and flows. From the glowing sunset to the epic cutscenes introducing various characters, this game is a celebration of Nintendo's history, and the opening theme is truly a fanfare for the fans. Okay, I knew I wanted to get Hollow Knight in here, but I really had trouble deciding which piece to go with. After listening to them all back again, I can't help but be drawn towards the City of Tears. The vocals complement the piano so well and feels like echoes of the past when the city was once full of life. If you weren't already in love with this game, entering the City of Tears and hearing this track play had to be the make or break point. I was already loving my experience with the game, but it reached completely new heights when I heard this track as I stumbled upon Fountain Square. This song may seem like just a sad song, but when you really pay attention to it, you realize that it has moments of whimsy and, in my opinion, the most powerful of its attributes, beauty. Our journey through brain chemistry altering video game music is nearing its end, but I couldn't finish this video without mentioning a piece that truly transports you to a different era. A version of it has actually been hijacked and turned into a TikTok sound that people will put on nostalgia-based content. So clearly, it works, even if you've never played the game. Aquatic Ambiance is a David Wise masterpiece among masterpieces. I could have made a case for quite literally any Donkey Kong Country track and it would have worked. But there's something about Aquatic Ambience that stands out just a bit more above the rest. Is it possible for a song to be hollow and full at the same time? Does that make literally any sense? Limitations breed creativity, and I think the Super Nintendo was the perfect playground for composer David Wise to experiment in. I think the best way I can describe this track is melancholic comfort. So there you have it, 5 video game music tracks that altered my brain chemistry. I still have like 30 other songs I could pull from, so let me know if you like this video. If it does well enough, we may just have to turn it into a series. If you enjoyed this nostalgia trip, consider subscribing and sharing this with a friend. I upload almost weekly about games I enjoy and my thoughts on them. Also, I'm holding a t-shirt contest for a future merch launch. It'll include 3 winners that'll each earn 125 real dollars. If you're an artist or know of any that you'd love to see make a try shirt, send them to the Discord. Huge thanks to my patrons who support me here on YouTube and on Patreon. You guys are helping me get one step closer to my dream of doing YouTube full time. Links to my Patreon, YouTube memberships, and Discord server are all in the description down below. If you want to know what I think about Hollow Knight, click the video that'll pop up. Thanks for watching, I appreciate you being here, and as always,
thank you for all your support!